Chelsea having oh, bloody hell, I've just done all that with no sound on, Jesus. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another daily transfer update. Big yourselves up, people. Week left in the window. And yeah, things are heating up a little bit with some outgoings, but not too much news on incomings. Obviously, Romelu Lukaku is set to join AS Roma on loan and link up with Jose Mourinho again. Wasn't expecting that when we got Andrey Santos completing a loan move to Nottingham Forest for the season. And of course, we've also got news on Ivan Toney's potential future as well. The implications that Lukaku going on loan may well have for other players going on loan due to the amount of spaces we've got. And the fact that Bayern Munich have also internally discussed Trevor Chalobah. Reportedly, Thomas Tuchel's a big fan, but the transfer is difficult. And of course, it is match day today. Feels strange saying that. Friday being a match day for Chelsea, but such is the way of the Premier League's stuff now as well. So yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. We're playing Friday night. It's Luton Town at home. So I previewed the game yesterday, but we can touch on it a little bit as well. But big up to everyone in the chat as well. Slightly earlier than normal. Got other shows after this, and I've got to go out later on tonight as well. So yeah, this was the slot for it. So big up everyone that's already locked in. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat first. I'd wait until January, go for Toney. We're going to dive into that. Yes, big up my guy. In Lifeline Limits, big up. Yeah, apologies, people. Yes, Lucas, big up. Demarcio said Roma may cover 100%. Yeah, I'm not convinced that Roma are going to be covering 325k a week. No chance. Must win match day. Absolutely. Yes, Jacob, big up. And Roseanne, big up as well, my guy. Thank you for tuning in, people. I mean, let's start with the Romelu Lukaku news. Big up to Chelsea till I die as well. Let's get in with the Lukaku stuff because that sort of all came at a bit of a flurry with that today, didn't we? First started the Ornstein saying that Chelsea would be open to allowing Lukaku to leave temporarily due to the fact that, of course, we're struggling to get a permanent sale done for him. So they opened up a potential for a loan. That's seen AS Roma and Mourinho raise an interest there as well. And Matt Law reporting after Ornstein had said that Chelsea in talks with Roma to send Lukaku on loan after striker dramatically decides he does not want to move to Juventus. Reportedly, Juventus were taking too long, and that's now obviously forced Chelsea into rethinking over the loan option they weren't so keen on earlier. Lukaku has torched interest from Inter, said no to Saudi multiple times. He doesn't want Juve. Roma are expected to close a loan deal. So that's kind of the latest there. I mean, just two things to unpack here. I don't blame Chelsea for switching and allowing a potential loan. I mean, reportedly, the Lukaku loan to Roma would be a straight loan. Obviously, Chelsea would want a fee and some or all of the wages covered, I would imagine. But Fabrizio reporting that the AS Roma board are preparing to fly to London and try and thrash out a deal with Chelsea for Lukaku. Fabrizio reporting this earlier this afternoon, that preparing their mission to London in order to negotiate with Chelsea for Lukaku. American owners directly involved in the negotiations. Chelsea open to the loan, but insisting on a significant loan fee and salary coverage to make it happen. So this isn't fully done yet. I expect, though, that negotiations, obviously they're both American owned, us and Roma, that some sort of deal should get done, whether they contribute significantly to the wages. But we need if we're going to loan out, which is not what we want to do, then we have to insist on getting as much money as possible in this loan deal, or get as much of the wages off the books as possible as well. But basically, we need to do whatever it takes to get him gone. We're already taking a huge hit on him, whether we sell him permanently this summer or the following summer. But look, it's absolutely vital that we do shift Lukaku out of the club by whatever means possible. Now, I'm not against a loan deal. I mean, ideally, a permanent sale would have been much better, but it's clear that, he's burnt bridges everywhere for every possible sale. Decided that he doesn't want to go to Juventus now due to, I imagine, due to the reaction of Inter fans. And I imagine, obviously, due to the reaction of the Juventus fans with them storming the pitch in a pre-season game, protesting against against his signing. So, yeah, look, we kind of arise at this situation. I remember saying, guys, maybe it was yesterday's stream or earlier this week, that I was expecting there to be some movement with Lukaku in the next couple of days. It's come a little bit sooner than I was expecting, potentially. But, reportedly, Damarcio saying as well, an Italian outlet who are pretty reliable with Italian news, that supposedly, AS Roma would be paying all the wages. Now, for a club like Roma, obviously big club, I don't imagine that they have the facilities to pay for all of Lukaku's wages. I'd be surprised at that. So I'd imagine they'd cover maybe half, maybe 3/4, or if Lukaku takes a wage reduction to go there. But it looks like, it's in the best interests of all parties to get this deal done. And Roma, who need a centre forward, get someone who knows Serie A and can, on his day, put the ball in the back of the net. Obviously, a bit of a disruptive influence and stuff. But I think from Chelsea's perspective, look, the new ownership have inherited, this mess from the previous regime. We've tried our best to find a solution for it, given how he's behaved, given how he performed at Inter last season. Although he did get better towards the end of the season, there are very, very few takers for his signature. Certainly on a permanent basis, it was literally Lukaku it was literally the Vlahovic swap deal, or it was go to Saudi. Those were the only takers, which is, kind of mad. Kind of mad, really, when you think about it. How much we paid for him not so long ago. The only takers, Saudi and Juventus, if a Dusan Vlahovic swap deal went through. What else have we got going on here? We're not getting Toney unless we're in top 4 in January. Let's wait and see. Yes, big ups from India. Only win. Yep, 80 million for Toney. Potentially, yes, I would do that. It's simple. If he wants a loan, then Roma must cover all of his wages or whatever he's willing to accept. We should also get an obligation. I'm not sure if an obligation is going to happen. All reports are stating that this will be a straight loan. No obligation or no option to buy. But obviously, with 2 years left on his contract next summer, maybe there'll be a few more takers. If he has a good season, maybe Roma might try and buy him. Who knows? Do whatever it takes to get him gone. Not only one more overseas loan available for us. Yeah, exactly. It is. That's the problem. No more loans for Lukaku. Can we just sell him? Mate, we've been trying to sell him, but it's not happening. We've been trying to sell him. It's sad we didn't get kudos. I agree. Yeah, not long now. Not long. Oh, he won't reduce his 325. He'll reduce whatever. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Fair enough on that point. Fair enough then. I wish Chelsea would have gone legally against Lukaku. I don't think we've got much grounds against him, to be perfectly honest. As a player, you're contracted, but you can choose where you want to go as a player. You can say no to a move. Everyone's well within their rights to do that. We can only hope he scores goals there and they take him like I did with Abraham. Yep. The worst part is we have to root for Lukaku to do well on his loan in order for us to try and get rid of him next year. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is funny. I agree, Andy. We need Lukaku to do well so that it increases our chances of actually getting rid of him next season. That's kind of mad, but such is the way that things are going at the moment. Yeah, that's the situation that we are faced in. 80 million for Toney is absurd. No, I don't think it is absurd. I mean, I think he would have cost a similar amount this summer. Yeah, of course, he would have been playing obviously more regularly. But I think he's a good centre forward for Chelsea to be looking at. Absolutely. Yeah, I won't be there, but I am looking forward to it. Yeah, it should be a good game. Hopefully, we can get the three points which we so desperately need. Have a bet on Luton to win. Yeah, I mean, probably a waste of your money. In all honesty, I don't know how much you've put down, but yeah, probably a bit of a waste of money to be betting on Luton. But yeah, guys, that is Roma aren't loaded, so we may have to subsidise his salary. That's exactly what I expect to happen. I think there'll be a salary reduction for sure. There's no way, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But for me, there's no way that Roma are going to be paying all of Lukaku's wages. Absolutely not. But that is the situation we are at right now, is that Lukaku and obviously Chelsea and Roma are going to be locked in talks to try and get a loan deal sorted for Romelu Lukaku. It's believed to be a straight loan, no option to buy, no obligation to buy, but Chelsea are insisting on a sizable loan fee and obviously some or all of the salary being covered. So, yeah, look, it looks like we are getting a step closer to getting Lukaku out of the club, which is great, but it's not getting him out of the club in the way that we would all like to get him out of the club. It looks like we may well have to push this problem another 12 months down the line and then deal with it again. By the way, guys, 70 of you locked in already. Only 23 likes. Come on, people. Let's ramp these likes up, guys. Come on. 23 likes. We're going for at least 100 like we do every stream. Come on, guys. Hover over that thumb button. Give it a click. Don't freeload the content. Let's get this to at least 50, and then we can hit the 100 mark, hopefully, as well, as always, guys. So, yeah, the likes are really important. I wouldn't mention them if they weren't important. So please do hover over that like button. Give it a click. Let's get this to 50 and then on to 100. No freeloading, guys. You know, it's great interacting with you. Small favor of smashing that like button. And, guys, if you're new around here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. It is greatly appreciated. On the road to 7K now. So, yeah, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Become part of the community. Join me on the journey. And it would be greatly, greatly appreciated, people. What else have we got going on here? Surprised, no news on the supposed attacking player yet with less time left. I doubt clubs will let their players leave. Yeah, I don't know if we've got something up our sleeve, maybe. How much will Chelsea get for a loan? I don't know. Have we actually inquired about Cherky? Look, I'm sure we have earlier when we were strongly linked with them. Apparently that deal could potentially be back on, but I'm not. I don't know. It could be one that we've got up our sleeve, maybe. But I'd be shocked if Lyon sold Bacola and Cherky in the final week of the window, two of their best players. I'd be shocked if that happens. How would Toney do with Nkunku? I think he'd do very well. No, I won't be at the game tonight. I've got a wedding this weekend, so I'm travelling down tonight, and then obviously got that tomorrow. So I won't be at the Luton game tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, only 33 likes. Yeah, I've done my little thing on the likes. Get them up, people. We know what we need to do. We need to ramp those likes up to 50 minimum. Bacola asked to leave today, apparently. Yeah, not for Chelsea, though, for PSG. So, yeah, it's kind of clear where his priorities are. He does want to join PSG. If a deal can be sorted out, Lyon reportedly insisting on having players involved in the deal as well. So, yeah, that's potentially... No, he's flying to London. He's flying to London tomorrow for the medical. Everything's agreed. It would have to be, the most ridiculous of last minute hijacks. But if we were genuinely interested, we would have done this a long time ago. So I don't see us going in for any last minute hijacks. Of course, you can't 100% rule it out, but I would be very shocked if we were to go in for some sort of last minute hijack. I think we would have done that by now. Yeah, the kudos has got the here we go from Fabrizio. I still can't work out why we weren't all over that and we weren't seemingly more interested in getting Mohamed Kudus. Scored a hat-trick last night for Ajax in his last game for the club. So, yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's just one of them. What can you do? He's not going to come to us. So, yeah, we have to move on. Lyon signed a new forward the other day for 30 million, did they? I must have missed that. Yeah, keep smashing the likes, people. Keep smashing those likes, people. 70 of you locked in. Still only 33 likes. Come on, guys. We only added a few more. Let's bump this up to 50. Don't freeload the content, people. Let's get those likes up. Kudos just got the here we go. Yeah. Hazard to Palace. No, that's just some sort of weird rumor. I don't know where that's come from. Yeah, look, people, we're not... Look, obviously you can never say never, but we're not hijacking this Kudos deal. It's pretty much done to West Ham, virtually done deal. So unfortunately, we're going to have to forget about that idea, and we're going to have to move on to something else, something and someone else. And I don't know. I saw that some names have been looked at. Ansu Fati, Somerville at Leeds, obviously Yeremy Pino, I think, still at Villarreal. I'll be honest, guys. I think whoever comes in one of these attacking positions, it's going to be someone that's not been widely touted in the media so far. Someone that's not been, widely mentioned in reports. So yeah, that's for me. That's kind of where we're at right now. I think it's going to be someone that we're not really expecting. No, we will sign someone. I don't know who that someone's going to be. As I was saying, I suspect it'll be someone that we've not been that strongly linked with in the media recently. I think it could be they've maybe got someone under wraps and they're looking for they've got a certain someone in mind, and then maybe like with the Sassy, like with Ugo Chukwu, it might just kind of appear out of nowhere. That there's certainly a possibility that could happen. I'm edging more towards that possibility. Yeah, I imagine so, because that's kind of the way that we're going. But I don't know if that's the best route for the club. We don't want another project player as such. For what we need, basically, is someone that can come in and probably start now, but then in January they won't be a starter and they'll just be a rotation option. And those are hard to find. To the game's go, show us how bad we need attacking reinforcement. Would be amazing if we pull a Willian and have Kudos run over to Stamford Bridge in the middle of his. Oh, it would be amazing, but it's not happening. Do you think players like Moreira and Burstow? Yeah, I would imagine so. I think Burstow will probably play, although it depends how fit Broja is. I think Broja would probably get minutes over him. But yeah, Burstow, I think, will certainly play in those games. I wouldn't be surprised if Moreira was on the bench tonight either. I think I'd expect him to be on the bench against Wimbledon. Moreira has been training with the first team this week. So, yeah, look, I'd expect both of those players to be in the matchday squad for Wimbledon. Whether they get any minutes or not is another question. No, I wouldn't have thought so. Eze to Chelsea if Hazard joins. I mean, Eze would be great, but I can't see that happening. Aranyak to Chelsea? No. No. Look, again, it's been said that the Andrey Santos loan deal from Chelsea to Forest has got nothing to do with the Brennan Johnson deal. Now, could that be a smokescreen? Who knows? But yeah, it's an interesting one. Someone just Lukaku was onto the plane tonight. Turkey news. You're saying there's Turkey news, or you're asking if there's Turkey news? But there is no Turkey news, really. Chelsea obviously been interested in the player. Whether we reignite that interest and try and push towards the end of the window, only time is going to tell. Do you think Broja will play in the League Cup? Maybe, yes. It could be an opportunity for him to get some minutes off the bench. He's had no competitive minutes for a long, long time. Yeah, guys, come on. We're almost at the 50 likes now. We've got 43 likes. Let's get that to the 50 likes. We've got 86 of you tuned in. Come on, people. Let's bump these likes up. Appreciate each and every single one of you that is locked in as always. But yeah, 43 likes, not great, people. We can do better than that. You guys are better than that. Let's rump these likes up. Come on, guys. Could we just move Enzo up the pitch and play Caicedo and Connor as a midfield in a 4-2-3-1? Look, that's certainly an option. Sure, certainly an option. But again, I think we'll probably go 4-3-3 with Caicedo sitting, Enzo and Gallagher playing as more advanced forwards. Someone's got probably low. Yeah, I think so. But I think Casadei was keen to join Leicester. Obviously, Enzo Maresca, the gaffer there, was pushing really hard to get him. And look, I think Casadei, a loan move to Leicester, is going to be good, playing in a side that is going to be pretty much winning every week, a side that's going to be at the top of the table. Yeah, it's good for him. I think, look, either way, these loans are going to be great for both these players' developments. And would Casadei have played every week in a Premier League side? Maybe. Is it detrimental to his development to go to a side that's going to be struggling and losing most weeks, as opposed to going to Leicester, where they're going to be winning most weeks? It's a tricky one. Look, it would have been great if he could have got a Prem loan, but there's more guarantee that he definitely plays minutes at Leicester. In the 90s and early 2000s, virtually every club in the Premier had a great striker. Now it's hard to count on one hand. Yeah, no, it's difficult. I mean, look, goals come from a lot more different places on the pitch now. Of course, we all know that. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. It's a strange one. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get who we're going to get as a striker. Is that actually happening? Is there actually well, I mean, look, there probably are flights to Farnborough, sure, but I mean, I don't think anyone's seen any news on like any Chelsea incoming so far. Not an awful lot really. It's been a bit of a quiet day on the incomings, which is yeah, it's a slight concern, I would say. Definitely a slight concern. But look, we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. So yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. We are in a tricky place, a tricky place in the market. There's not that many decent options out there. There really aren't. So I'm going to be really intrigued to see what links start developing over the next couple of days. It's the most viewed. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. I hope Chelsea gets at the table tonight. I agree. Do you think Washington would be given a chance or loaned out? That's what I'm just about to move into now, because obviously with Lukaku going on loan, this has implications for other players as well, because it means that he takes up another one of those loan slots, abroad loan slots, which means that so Romelu Lukaku's decisions this summer have wider implications. The club had been discussing using the two outgoing international loans available to them on Ugochukwu and Washington. But assuming the Roma deal goes ahead, they will now only have one overseas spot available. That means Ugochukwu or Washington will either have to remain at Chelsea with little prospect of playing time this season, or co-sporting directors Winstanley and Stewart will have to quickly find a domestic loan for one of the pair. So yeah, this does cause a problem there. Now look, it's clear that Ugochukwu was probably ahead of Santos in the pecking order due to the fact that he obviously featured against Liverpool for a tiny bit at the end. He was in the squad over Santos at West Ham. He's obviously more experienced, in fairness. He's played for Rennes quite a number of times. They finished top four in France. He's got more senior level experience. Sure, absolutely. But yeah, it would be great if he could go out on loan and play regularly. Is he going to really play regularly with the options we've got in midfield? You'd probably suggest not. And yeah, I mean, look, he could stay for depth, sure. But I mean, look, we've got Lavia, we've got Caicedo, we've got Enzo. Yeah, you probably could keep Leslie for depth, but he's probably going to barely play. And is that useful for someone that's just signed at a young age? Is it useful that, that happens? I don't know. Yeah, Petrovic will probably I imagine the deal will be completed next week or potentially over the weekend. That's for sure. I think it'll be completed over the weekend. Yeah, one of those will go to Strasbourg, and I think that'll most likely be Washington. Yeah, Washington's not played a lot of football for Santos. Like, he's well thought of there, and he's come through the ranks, and they think a lot of him. But yeah, he's not played a lot of football for him. So yeah, a loan would make the most sense. The loan would absolutely make the most sense. There's no two ways about it. A loan would make more sense if we are playing three. If we don't get a striker, I think Washington stays. No, I don't think Washington stays either way. Look, he can't be ruled out, but even if he stays, I think he'll go and be part of the development squad. I can't see him being a mainstay in the first team. I could be wrong. No, unfortunately, mate, no returns on that one for you boys. It's game day. We're not going to hear much today. And with Lukaku going, why don't we just throw Washington into the squad? He's probably not ready, is the honest answer to that. Honest answer. Yeah, we're climbing slowly towards that 100 likes mark. I know it's game day today. I know we're doing it at a different time. There's still 90 of you locked in, which is great. Massively appreciated as always. But let's try and get these likes up towards the 100 likes mark. That would be greatly appreciated. So if you're locked in now and you've not hit that like button, make sure you smash the like, guys. It is really, really important. It gets more eyes on the stream. It spreads it far and wide. So guys, the likes are really important. No freeloaders in here. Hover over that thumb button, give it a click. It massively helps out. And let's get this up to 100 likes, people. Should be light work for you guys. We always get there. So yeah, let's kick into action now and let's ramp these likes up, guys. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash the subscribe button as well. Heading towards 7K now. Every new subscriber helps. So yeah, jump on board, guys. Subscribe and become part of the community and join me on this journey. So yeah, obviously that has implications now. So it basically means that realistically only one of Ugochukwu or Washington can go out on loan now internationally anyway. We'll have to find a domestic loan potentially for one of those very quickly if we want to loan them both out. Look, I think Strasbourg makes the most sense for Washington. To be honest, it makes more sense than Ugochukwu because Ugochukwu has already played in France. He's playing in a better team at Rennes. And Strasbourg is a step down from Rennes in terms of quality, obviously under Vieira, and with our investment and different players, they could be a bit better this season, sure. Doesn't really make much sense to send Leslie back to France. Or if that was the plan, you could have just signed him and loaned him back to Rennes, and then loaned him back to Rennes for the season. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense in my view. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but there we are with those two. So Washington for me to go on loan to Strasbourg. Ugochukwu is a difficult one. We'll either find him a domestic loan somewhere, which could be quite hard, or he stays and his depth and part of the squad. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. 3-man midfield will need Leslie for depth. I agree. There's a meeting after the Luton game. A meeting for who? Still no offers of Cho. No, well, no. Fulham are interested, and and Callum had agreed personal terms with Fulham, but for whatever reason, we couldn't. They wouldn't pay the £8 million asking price. £8 million's practically giving him away. Ugochukwu might stay because Poch. Yeah, no, he does. I think there's possibility. I think we'll keep Leslie. Yeah, maybe. Mate, I hope so. Liverpool are needing a DM. We could loan them. I mean, they're not going to take Ugochukwu on loan. How many more years on Lukaku's contract after this season? It'll be 2 years remaining after this season. But yeah, it does. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think we are. Hopefully no more back three. I hope so. But yeah, obviously it puts a slight spanner in the works here if Lukaku does end up going on loan to Roma, because it means that now, at least internationally, we cannot loan out Ugochukwu and Washington. Only one of those can have an international loan, and I suspect it will be Washington, and then Ugochukwu either stays and becomes a part of the team. Well, no, I think this will be dealt with. This will be dealt with next summer for sure. We're not going to go down this route again of just loaning him out until his contract finishes. Yeah, look, Callum. I don't know where the interest has gone in Callum. I mean, it's there. I think Forest have been interested in the past. I think Fulham are certainly interested, but they won't pay the £8 million, which I find mad. Other than that, I'm sure that there's been offers from Saudi, I think, as well. Maybe some offers in Europe potentially. But yeah, I don't really get it. I think since Cho signed that deal after the Bayern interest, his wages are way too high. Yeah, look, he'd have to take a pay cut. I think he's 120 or 150. It was a massive contract that he signed at that point in time. Ugochukwu should stay. That midfield is still a bit thin with only Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher. No real six back up. No, I hear you on that one. I think Ugochukwu could well stay. What else have we got going on here? The club isn't interested in Toney. No, we are in. There is interest in Toney. I'll bring it up. I think they're different. They're kind of different players. That I'm a big fan of Declan Rice. I think Enzo Fernandez is great as well. It depends what job you want. I'd probably say that Declan Rice is better at the defensive side of the game, whereas Fernandez is better at the more going forward stuff, better range of passing, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is exactly it. It has to be Washington due to his complete lack of first team experience. Pretty much, I absolutely agree on that front for sure. But let's move away from Lukaku and let's move on to someone that has left the club on loan, and that's Brazilian midfielder Andrey Santos. He has joined Nottingham Forest on loan, straight loan, no obligation, no option to buy. Confirmed earlier today. There he is pictured signing the deal. And Santos said, I'm very happy and excited to be here. I know that Forest is a big club. They play good football and they have good players, which is important for me. So Santos has gone on loan to Nottingham Forest. And look, it's great. I think it's a good move for him. He obviously impressed in pre-season. He did really well, but I think it became clear once Caicedo signed, but I think more once Lavia signed that he still could have been a part of the squad and played a few minutes here and there. But I think for his development, it would have been better for him to go and play regular minutes than be part of a squad rotation at Chelsea. When you're a young player, you need to play regularly. You need to get those regular minutes in the tank, get used to the league. And you're not going to do that really by just playing a bit part here and there. So yeah, I think this makes sense to him. I presume he's gone to Forest on the premise that, and I'm sure the club have done their excuse me, I'm sure the club have done their due diligence on this, that he is going to play. He's going to play more weeks. He's going to play most weeks. He's certainly going to play very regularly. And I'm sure if he's not playing as regularly as was supposedly agreed, or however these agreements go, that Chelsea will have no hesitancy in calling him back if he's not featuring regularly. But on paper, this ticks all the boxes for a really, really good loan move. Yeah, no, he can't play. It's a bit annoying, really, that Forest's next... Obviously, I don't think he was registered in time to play against United this weekend, because the announcement came out after 12. I mean, I'd have to double check for certain, but it doesn't appear that he's registered in time to play against United. Obviously, Forest's next game is against us away. Obviously, I think they've got a Carabao Cup game in the week, so he'll probably play in that. But in terms of playing Premier League football, if the registration wasn't done in time for this move tonight, for this move, feature at the weekend, he's gonna have to wait until after the international break to feature, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's just the way that it's worked out. No, loan players aren't allowed to play against their parent club unless it's stipulated as part of the agreement, but it doesn't tend to be part of the agreement. No, nothing much, mate. Just discussing Lukaku's loan deal. If Chelsea get a penalty tonight, who should take it? I think they'll stick with Enzo. To any wrestling fans out there, for sure. He will start for Forest. Yeah, I think he'll start for Forest as well. I think this is a really, really good loan move for him. I'm actually really intrigued and really excited to see how this guy is going to do. Really, really intrigued to see how he does. Because this is a big move. It's a big move, and this is now time for his. It's just time for him to show what he's got. We've seen in pre-season what he can do. We've seen what he can do with the Brazilian age group teams. So yeah, I'm looking forward to monitoring his progress and seeing how he does, because it's certainly going to be interesting to see how he does. How he adapts to the Premier League, how he adapts to Nottingham Forest and their way of playing. So yeah, I hope he plays a big role in making Forest stay up. Yeah, for sure. I agree. No, I'm not going to the match. No, I've got like a wedding this weekend, going down tonight, and basically I can't get down to it in time if I go to the game. So yeah, I won't be at the game tonight. I think they must have some of them. I think a few of them were on loan though and haven't returned. But I think there's definitely some there. There must be some there for sure. There must be some. I wasn't a huge wrestling fan. I remember a little bit. I remember his stuff with the Undertaker, but yeah, I wasn't a massive avid wrestling fan really. But obviously, I know who he is. Chelsea don't see Kudus as the kind of creative player they want because he always wants to score and creates for himself. I don't know. Yeah, there's a potential for Chile or Sterling, but I don't think you change your penalty taker after one missed penalty. I think you probably have to miss a few more penalties to be removed from duty. I think that much is clear. I don't think you can be swapping your penalty taker every one penalty taker. So let's wait and see. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think he'll play. Santos is going to play a lot. So let's wait and see. Yeah, exactly. Look, the penalty thing, you can't. That's what I was going on about. You can't change your penalty taker every time a player misses one. If you're changing your penalty taker every time someone misses, you're going to be changing that penalty taker multiple times a season. It just doesn't make sense on that front. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was against Holland he did. It wasn't in the final. I don't think he took one in the final. I'm pretty certain. But yeah, look, this Andrey Santos loan people, I think it's good. I think it was became obvious that when Lavia came in and then when he hasn't got any minutes in the first two games, I think it was clear that a loan move was coming his way. And I think, to get Premier League experience is great. This will be his first experience in a top European league. He's only played in Brazil. He's obviously done well. Then he's done well for the Brazilian age group sides, and he's done well in pre-season for us. Comfortable as a 6, also comfortable in the pivot as well, and has got a goal in his locker also. I'm interested to see where Forest play him, whether they play him as a 6, whether they play him a little bit further forward, maybe they play him as more of a box-to-box potentially. It's gonna be interesting to see what route they go down on that one. But yeah, look, this is a good move on paper. It ticks all the boxes. Now it's up to Santos to deliver, get used to the system, get used to the Premier League, and then come back to us next season, sort of ready to go and ready to get some regular minutes and fight for his place. So yeah, I think it's a great loan from him, a really good loan. Wouldn't mind Ugochukwu staying. Yes, had more first. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I think Santos has gone out on loan before him, because he's got less experience. I think that much is clear. But yeah, I think this is a great loan move. This is a really, really good loan move. By the way, guys, 93 of you locked in. Still only 60 likes, guys. Come on, people. Let's get this towards the 100 likes mark. This needs to happen, guys. So if you're locked in now and you've not smashed a like, make sure you smash a like, people. It's free. It takes seconds, and the likes are really, really important. They do massively help out. There's 88 in here. There's no way every single person has liked it. So if you haven't liked it, please do just hover over that thumb button, give it a click. It massively helps out. It's really important. Let's get this up to 100 likes, gets more eyes on the channel, helps the channel grow. So yeah, if I could just ask for that one little favor, it would be greatly appreciated. And smash that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so already. It is greatly appreciated, guys. Hopefully this loan helps them get into the Brazil squad. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I hope so. Forest got a player. They must play Santos, and he returns as a Prem baller. Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, I have more of the ball than Luton. Yeah, so yeah, Andrey Santos has joined Nottingham Forest on loan. So as Lukaku draws closer to joining Roma, Santos has officially completed his move to Nottingham Forest on loan. So yeah, that's good to see. It's a good loan move for him, and yeah, we're going to be monitoring closely how he does. What if Enzo or Caicedo gets injured? Well, you've got Ugochukwu in there. Obviously, Chukwuemeka can also play in midfield once he comes back. Conor Gallagher probably more likely than not stays. There are options there. We've got Lavia that can fill in as well. So yeah, there are options there now. There are options for sure. But let's move away from Andrey Santos and let's talk about a move that could potentially happen, and that is Ivan Toney. Now, again, none of this is confirmed or anything like that, but Toney is taking the next steps in his career. It looks like he's planning for a move. I'm just going to bring this up on the screen now. I mean, we're just going to go through it, people. So, obviously, today that Toney has signed with the CAA Stella, with Jonathan Barnett looking after him. So Jonathan Barnett, I think, was Gareth Bale's agent. Multiple offers expected in January for Toney when his 8-month ban is over breaching betting rules. 8-month ban over breaching betting rules expires. Spurs, United, Arsenal, and Chelsea have all discussed him. Toney said, "It's very timely for me to be joining CAA Stella. It feels like a fresh beginning. Never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction." And then Barnett said, "I'm very excited that we have signed Ivan. He's a great talent. I'm sure this is the beginning of a fantastic future for him." Now, again, I think Felix added a bit more to this as well. There's definite interest there from Chelsea. I'm not saying Chelsea are the front of the queue or anything along those lines, but it's definitely a situation that Chelsea are keeping their eye on, absolutely keeping their eye on. So this is it here. So this is what Felix has been saying on the situation. So I think he reported this a while back as well. So as I've been saying, Lawrence Stewart has also been in contact with Ivan Toney's camp recently, with Winstanley delivering the idea and also initiating contact. Contact described as almost daily to show interest and get updates on Toney's condition. So that was reported back in July, about a month or so further forward. And for those who, for some reason, think I have some, let's see what Brentford quote, though. Also, Winstanley was brilliant for Colwell contract negotiations. So this basically means, that, yes, Chelsea are in contact with Ivan Toney's camp, getting information on him. He's obviously joined the new agency now, CAA Stella, represent a number of high-profile players. He's clearly doing this in preparation for the next move in his career. Chelsea have got interest there. And look, I honestly believe that he would have been a Chelsea player now already if this ban didn't exist. He's a perfect profile for us. You know, he's a striker that's proven he can score 20 Premier League goals in a season. He did that last season. Only Kane and Haaland scored more than him, playing for a Brentford side who, yes, are very good, but you know, it's not a creative side. It's not one of the bigger sides. If we're being totally honest with ourselves, so yeah, it's very, very interesting. It's very interesting, this, and it's clear that he's planning for the next part of his career. Chelsea are going to face competition. It's going to be competition from the likes of your Tottenhams, from your Liverpools, maybe from your Spurs, United, and all that sort of thing. Look, I think Chelsea will fancy their chances, sure, but I think it's got to be on the premise that we get. Look, Toney's next thing will be moving to a Champions League club. Now, I know, getting Champions League football hasn't really hindered us in terms of being able to sign other players or signing top quality players. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Look, I'm excited for this, and he does tick the boxes. Look, the profile, of course, is great for him. The link-up play, the hold-up play, the finishing, the penalties, left foot, right foot, head. Like, he's a complete striker, and he would be perfect for what we're doing. Of course, you know, it's a bit older than traditionally what Chelsea are looking at are generally going for. But look, I think this is a good. I think this would be a great move. I'm a massive advocate of Ivan Toney. Everyone that watches the channel knows that I've been banging on about this for a while. Washington, Broja, Jackson, and Fafana all under 23. Well, Jackson, I think, is probably seen as one with the most potential there for sure. There's no way I'm paying 80 million. We don't have to pay 80 million. It's not your money. I think that it'd be interesting to see what the price is, how much of that's up front and all that sort of thing. But yeah, look, it's an exciting proposition, absolutely. And Nkunku and Toney will be sick at Chelsea. It would be great. No, I agree that Spurs can't compete with Chelsea. Yeah, I think the betting sponsorships up at the end of this season, or is it the end of next season? It's the end of this one or next season. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, but at least finally they appear to be actually doing something about it. Well, Pochettino actually saying something interesting about the number 9 shirt today. He wants the next striker that signs to take the 9 shirt so that and you know, beat the curse and get rid of that sort of thing, get rid of that kind of cursed narrative around it. But look, Toney, for what I said, for me, he ticks all the boxes. He'd be perfect for Chelsea. Imagine Toney in the middle, sort of a big man in there with crosses coming in from Mudryk, from Madueke, from Sterling, you know, linking up with Nkunku. There's so many great things, going on. It really is, you know, it would be a brilliant signing for us. And I think it is the best option out there on the market. Absolutely the best option on the market for Chelsea is to try and get Ivan Toney. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know what sort of a centre forward. I mean, Brentford are trying to get Nico Gonzalez, who's a wide man, I think, from Fiorentina. But in terms of a forward, I've not seen the Sociedad linked with a forward. But look, Toney ticks the boxes. But look, I think it's clear that, you know, Chelsea would like to try and get another number 9 in this window. I just don't know who that number 9 is going to be, guys. I'm really not sure who it could be. It's an interesting one here. I mean, of the options we've got available, look, I'd love to get Toney, but it doesn't solve the striking issue right now. I don't know who we go for. I don't know what wide player we're going to go for. I don't know what striker we're going to go for. I still look. I'd love it to be 2 players we get, but in reality, I think we're only going to get 1, and I think it will be someone that can play number 10 and play wide. I just don't know, guys. I just really don't know what we're going to do. I'm just not sure. By the way, people, 70 likes on the board now. Another 30 likes. Come on, guys. There's 92 of you people locked in. Let's get this. Let's get another 30 likes on the board, guys. Get this to 100 likes. Come on, people. Do your thing. You know, guys, you're pretty good at this. But yeah, we've been slightly slacking today on the likes. A few less people tuned in than usual. Different time of day, match day today as well, and all that business. But yeah, guys, if you could smash the likes, get it up to 100 likes, that would be hugely, hugely appreciated. It would be hugely appreciated. So yeah, if you could do that, people, I would be very, very happy. And do smash that subscribe button as well, guys. Do make sure you smash the subscribe button, people. It's really important also. But yeah, get the likes up, people. If we really want Toney, we should start the talks with this team next month. I imagine that we've already been in conversation with Ivan Toney, sounding it out. We've obviously been in contact with his camp. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But I mean, this is one that it's not really going to come to fruition until January time, when he can obviously start playing again. But this is something that will heat up quickly. It's going to be an interesting development. It's going to be interesting to see how Chelsea play it, to see how Man United play it, because they're desperate for a centre forward as well. I think Ivan Toney would fit in well at Man United as well. So yeah, look, I mean, guys, I fancy Chelsea to be able to beat off competition from most teams or players, bar Real Madrid or Barcelona, the sort of the two iconic clubs that do come in for players. So yeah, look, it's tough, isn't it? It's tough. Ivan Toney will be a tough deal for us to pull off. But look, I'm confident we can do it. I still think we will go for it. We still need another striker. But it depends what sort of striker we bring in the remaining time left in this transfer window. I mean, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think Toney, let's say Ivan Toney were to cost £80 million, are you guys taking that? Would you be happy with a deal like that? Does he tick the boxes for you, people? Let me know in the chat if you would be keen on Chelsea signing Ivan Toney for £80 million in January, if that were to be the deal and the price that was given. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Yeah, let's wait and see. But yeah, we've obviously got a little bit more news on that. Yeah, so the Roma owners, as someone mentioned in the chat earlier, are going to be Roma vice president and sporting director are going to be in London, and they're going to be watching Chelsea's game against Luton. So this Lukaku thing is going to accelerate and should get done pretty soon. That is the plan, of course. But of course, you don't know how these negotiations are going to go. You don't know how many sort of liberties Roma are going to take. But apparently, according to an Italian outlet as well, is they're going to pay 10 million euros for the loan fee, and reportedly they're going to cover the entire salary. Now, I find that strange. Surely they're not going to do that. Surely they're not going to do that, but maybe they will. Well, I mean, they're not listed amongst the clubs, but I'm sure there would be interest there, 100%. I'm sure there would be interest there from an Arsenal perspective, absolutely. 50 mil max. Brentford's going to play mind games. Not a chance. 80s, late 20s, paid 60. Yeah, I hear that, but we know that Brentford are going to demand kind of top dollar for him. We know Brentford are going to demand top dollar for him. Lukaku done tonight, maybe. Won't be done tonight. Probably tomorrow, over the weekend, I'd say. Hopefully Lukaku will be reunited with Marina for the third time. Yeah, they cover all his wages. That's great. I mean, look, if we can get a loan fee and most of the wages covered, that would be superb. I'd be all over that. I would be loving that, 100%. Lukaku's agreed to a pay cut, yeah, but not a pay cut on his 325. It's agreed to a pay cut on whatever his wages will be for this coming season. I think I'm right. I think I'm right in saying that. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that, people. But yeah, Toney's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. The squad needs an experienced goal scorer. Yeah, I agree on that. And I think if you paid 80 million for Toney at 28 years of age, 29, 30, you still get 3 to 4 decent years out of him as your main guy. Absolutely. Look, I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's only going to get better and better. Yeah, of course, it's going to take time for him to get that match sharpness back, but he would have been in training with the team from September. So, he's not going to be unfit. He's just going to be lacking match fitness. No, we still need Toney. Jackson's not ready to be the main man yet. You do need quality options out there, people. You need quality options. There's no two ways about it, guys. You absolutely do need that. So hopefully hopefully that's what we get. I'd be a huge advocate of us getting Ivan Toney. I really would. What else we got going here? Toney is better than 150 for Osman. I agree on that. I hope not, mate. I hope he's not going to do that. But it can't be ruled out. You can never say never. That is the thing. You can never say never with football, with Poch, with Chelsea. Bro, he was never going to play for us again. He didn't want to. He wasn't interested at all in trying in any way, shape, or form to get his Chelsea career back on track. So yeah, that's the way it goes. We're crawling there. We're crawling there slowly, guys. We're almost at the 100 likes. It's taking a little bit longer than it normally does. Slightly few people tuned in than usual. But yeah, guys, come on, 25 more likes. Let's ramp these likes up, people. Smash the like button. Don't freeload the content. Come on, guys. Let's get this done. Let's get it done. We're now 100 people locked in, which is fantastic. I don't want to see Chilwell left wing tonight. No, I don't want to see that either. I wouldn't be in favour of that at all. We got to just play players in their proper positions, for fuck's sake. Mate, if he scored on his debut, I'd probably say give it his debut. But certainly within 3 games, that's definitely going to happen. HG, I don't know the answer to that question. I really don't. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't know. That's the honest answer, mate. I don't know why that's happened, but hopefully he doesn't continue with it. There's no need to play 3 centre backs at home to Luton. We struggle with the goals anyway. We need as many attacking players on the pitch as possible. That's for sure. That's for sure. 65 mil for Toney and 15 of unachievable add-ons. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, there's a long way to go before we get anywhere near this. But yeah. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Martson played as a 10 in pre-season. Maybe we can try him again tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Martson started on the right with Sterling on the left. I think that's a possibility. So yeah, I mean, again, it depends if Poch thinks Madueke is fit to play at least 60 minutes. Let's wait and see. If not, I think Martson will start and Madueke can maybe have half an hour, 35 minutes. But I wouldn't rule out Martson not started. No, this is not anything new. It's not anything new at all. Luton will be parking the bus. Yeah, the onus will absolutely be on us to try and break them down. That much is abundantly clear. We will have to try and break them down. There's no two ways about it. So yeah, let's hope we can get a win on the board. If Poch plays a back 4 tonight and a midfield 3 of Gallagher, Enzo, and Caicedo, I think Enzo will play as the most offensive of the 3, in my opinion. No, he does. He does rate him. But look, guys, what we have to remember is that Madueke didn't have a pre-season. He played no minutes in pre-season. He picked up a hamstring injury in the European Under-21 Championships, and he missed all the pre-season. He didn't play any pre-season minutes, so that's why he's had to be bedded in and by this time. He got his first minutes against West Ham, and now we just build up his minutes from there. So if Poch thinks he can get 60 minutes out of him, then yeah, absolutely, let's start him. If not, Martson will start on that side, in my opinion. See, Todd doesn't have sense. Why is he selling? He's not sold Santos. Santos has gone on loan to Nottingham Forest, and it's going to be a good loan move for him. It's going to be a good loan move for him. There's no two ways about it. I'm confident that it will absolutely be a good loan move for him. What else are people saying here? Please don't loan Lukaku. Well, he's about to go on loan anyway, unfortunately. Good shout from Martin. He deserves a go. Yeah, I agree on that. What else have we got saying? We missed out on Kudos. We did. Toney not in this season's plans. No, Toney, I think is definitely a possibility to sign him in January. No two ways about it. There is absolutely a possibility to sign him in January. Whether it's a deal to sign him in January, he stays at Brentford and he joins Chelsea at the end of the season, that could be potentially more likely, in my view. That's what I'm thinking. Are Luton dangerous at set pieces? I don't really know. I've not watched very much of Luton. Yeah, Uncle Jose doing us a solid here, massively helping us out, which is of course greatly appreciated. Uncle Jose, saving the day. Yeah. Let's hold fire on this stuff with Toney. We're gonna wait and see what happens. But let's move away from that and let's just briefly discuss Trevor Chalobah, by the way, guys, because I forgot to bring this up earlier. Again, a player that's injured. He probably still passed the medical. But apparently, according to Plettigol in Germany, Bayern Munich discussed Trevor Chalobah internally. Tuchel's a big fan, but the transfer is difficult. I probably mean the transfer is difficult in terms of time left, in terms of fee, in terms of how fit Chalobah is as well at this point in time. That is going to be a tricky thing to overcome. I don't even know if Chelsea will end up selling Chalobah this window now. I'm really unsure if we're going to end up selling him, if that's going to be the case. I don't know. It's a tricky one. He's not featured. And if we're being real, I like Chalobah. I don't think he's a bad player at all. Just the reality of the situation is that out of the centre-backs he's got, he's the worst. And that doesn't mean he's shit. It just means that the others are better than him. You know, it's not a slight on his footballing ability. It just means that the other players are, unfortunately, better than him. And he's just not going to get the minutes he needs at Chelsea. I get it, he'd like to stay and fight for his place, but with no European football, a lot less rotation than normal, it's, he's just not going to get the minutes he needs. He's just not going to get the minutes he needs. Bayern can pay 25+ million. They have the money, but like to play poor. I think he should go, especially with the Sassy signing. Yeah, Chalobah or the Sassy, who is good. Look, I think they're both good. But look, for me, Chalobah out of the centre-backs we've got is probably, I feel bad saying it. He's bottom of the pile. Not, the others are just better than him. And Chalobah's not going to get the minutes he wants for his career to fulfill his England aspirations for this summer. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, it's a problem. But with his hamstring injury, would he pass a medical? I'm sure he would pass a medical. But are Bayern going to want to sign an injured player? I wouldn't be surprised if Chalobah ended up staying, to be honest, guys. And then he went on a loan. He goes on a loan in January or something like that. I don't think that can be completely ruled out either. I really don't think that can be ruled out. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But it's certain that there's interest about it. There's certainly interest there. There's certainly interest. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens with that. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one, guys. No two ways about it. What happens with Chalobah? I suspect now that Gallagher will probably stay. Maybe Gallagher ends up staying as well. I mean, look, in terms of outgoings that I feel we've got left to still do, people, Callum Hudson-Odoi, try and find a taker for Malang Sarr somewhere. Lukaku's very close. That's 3 outgoings there. Look, there's still about 3 or 4 that probably need to go out the door permanently. In terms of loans, there's a few others that can certainly be shifted out on loan. There's no denying that. Absolutely can be shifted out on loan. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy last week of the window for outgoings, for incomings. It's gonna be all go at Chelsea. I mean, I hope there's no kind of deadline day. Obviously, we like the deadline day drama, but you'd like all your business to be wrapped up. Well and truly before then. Guys, I'm going to round this out in a few minutes. Come on, people. Still 25 likes to go. 92 of you locked in. Guys, if you've not smashed a like, please hit that like button. Let's get this to 100 likes, guys. It's not asking too much. We normally do this most weeks, hit that 100 likes mark. So, yeah, no excuses not to be hitting the 100 likes today, people. So if you've not smashed a like, make sure you smash a like. Yeah, I mean, Sarr's wages are ridiculous. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw he was on 100K. that's kind of that's a mad one. Malang Sarr on 100k. What I mean, that just goes to show the sort of ridiculous contracts, ridiculous contracts. That is the situation. It really is. Yeah, let's wait and see, people. Let's wait and see. No, Callum has agreed to lower his salary demands. Just Fulham aren't prepared to pay £8 million for him, which I just find ridiculous. It's practically giving him away. It is practically giving him away. So yeah, it's crap, really. I don't know why they won't do that. They got the money for what's his name, for Mitrovic, £50 million. They can easily do that. High wages to beat competition because we secured him on a free. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, it was a poor decision. No two ways about it. A poor decision. Let me see if there's any other breaking news, guys, and then I will kick into gear. Let's have a look. Any other breaking news today? No, I don't appear so. No, it doesn't look like it. It's a match day, so there's not going to be much, people. So yeah, I am probably going to round this one out here, guys. Big up to all of you that tuned in. Massively appreciate all the support as always, guys. Not as big a numbers as always. It's match day, bit of a slow news day today, and doing it earlier than normal, but I appreciate all of the support as always, guys. If you could do me a massive favor on the way out, get the likes up. 23 to go. I'd be really appreciative if you could try and get this to 100 likes on your way out. Smash the subscribe button as well, people. Let's hope for a Chelsea win tonight. We need to get our first win on the board. I don't want to see the meltdown if we don't get the W tonight. We just need to get it done, guys. We need that W desperately. Let's hope the boys can deliver. Let's hope there's a few goals in the game as well. But yeah, people, thank you so much for tuning in as always. If you go into the game tonight, enjoy. If you're watching it with your mates, enjoy. Let's hope we can celebrate a Chelsea win. I won't be live tomorrow. I'm at a wedding. I will try and get a match reaction video out though before I go. So make sure you stay locked into the channel for my match reaction video. But yeah, until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the game tonight. Take care. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.